What is it like to live alone? Love the solitude, but hate the loneliness. There's a fine line between them. For me, I think they are almost the same thing sometimes, and it's actually difficult to recognize that what I'm missing is human contact, because at the same time I'm enjoying solitude. It's become more evident in Subreddit, but I can be feeling a little down, but at the same time, look around and go, but everything is exactly how I want it. It's tough to process. On the one hand, you can do as you please. On the other hand, everything is your own responsibility. So if anything's going to get done, it's all up to you. And on the gripping hand, when you're personally in need, like loneliness or medical emergency, you're on your own. These dishes aren't going to do themselves. Just like your crippling depression isn't going to just go away on its own. When I first lived alone after having roommates, I remember being like, ugh, how come no one else ever empties the dishwasher? Until I realized I have never closed the bathroom door, which is especially nice when you're getting out of the shower with no foggy mirrors. My cat get weirded out when guests close the bathroom door. I closed my bedroom door for the first time in like 4 years last week. BC a cat was being a butt at 5 am. They were both sitting right outside when I opened it in the morning. My cats do not hew to the normal detached cat stereotype. It's awesome. Life is on the U channel 24/7. But you gotta really love that programming. Living alone is better than living with people who stress you out, but worse than living with someone who makes you feel safe and at ease. After 8 years of the latter, it's only okay to live alone. It isn't great, but it could be worse. That's why I like that I travel 15-20% of the time for my job during non-COVID times. I get an opportunity to be my own person, do my own thing. But I've got a great thing at home, and the other 80-85% is made better cause I get that little bit of time to let my hair down. Nobody ever runs the taps while you're in the shower. Why does this hit so hard? When I say hit, I mean ice cold water hitting my back when people do that shit. Or my hair cakes in shampoo from the lack of water for so long. For better or worse, your shit is always where you last left it. Edit. Sometimes I can't type. That is a moving statement. I hope it moved you in a good way. You are forced to discover if you are a good or shitty roommate. I got really good at cleaning when I realized I didn't like living in filth. I realized I had always been really good at cleaning, but before had been cleaning for simply the best. No checking in with someone. No explanations required. If you just want to walk out the door and do something, the freedom is just unmatched. You don't know how annoying it is / was to bounce your intentions off of another person until you don't have to do it anymore. Nice and peaceful until you have visitors. Then you have to run the vacuum, tidy the living room, spray the Febreze, hide the dirty dishes, etc. Quiet, so quiet, turn up the music then. Playing loud music whenever I want has been one of the greatest benefits of living alone. No more picking up around the house trying to be as quiet as possible. Wake up at 3 am with tons of energy. Let's rock out and get some shit done. You can be naked all day without grossing anyone out or giving them the impression that you want sex. Yup, I lived in my place for over a week. A friend comes to visit and says, you know your bathroom door doesn't close, right? I had no idea. That's hilarious. I live alone, but I still shut and lock the bathroom door and bedroom door when I sleep. It's like being on vacation. Permanently. Yup lol. You do whatever, wherever. Then a few months go by and you wish someone was here to share it with you. Then you force yourself to remember how annoying it is / can be having someone around. It's a weird line to tread. All the stuff remains where stuff is supposed to be. You put a Coke in the fridge and it's still there. The sink never gets clogged with hair. The room temperature is always 18°C. If you don't feel like cooking food, you don't have to. It's wonderful. Far superior to any other kind of living. You are the master of your domain. Lord of the manor. I lived alone for less than a year. It was great at first. I could do whatever I want, whenever I want without anyone judging me. It was so nice to have my own little private oasis. It did get lonely sometimes though. I had people over sometimes, and it was cool to have company over whenever I want. But after a while of living there when my guests left, I felt this sometimes overwhelming loneliness. It got very depressing. It ain't for everybody. Definitely not. I was having a lot of mental health struggles at the time and I couldn't take it anymore. For the most part, it's fine. I mean, it's nice to have people to spend time with, but my condo is my bunker. It's my safe space, and everything in it is there because I chose it. Downside, I'm dying alone and may sit rotting for days. Plus, you can't blame people for leaving stuff out or spilling Lego to find with your feet. But, yeah, everything is the way I like it, and if it isn't, still my issue to deal with. Don't lie, your Lego is your decorations. Pretty great. Frankly, it's arguably the best way to find out if you are good company for yourself, and I think it makes one more self-sufficient. Positives. 1. Nobody leaves dirty dishes in the sink. 2. You don't have to feel awful if you leave a dirty plate once a week. 3. You can stay naked 24/7. 4. Bathroom is never busy. 5. You can masturbate in the kitchen and nobody cares. 6. You can play Barbie girl on your phone loudly. 7. You can use all space you want. 8. Nobody ever breaks your things. Negatives. 1. There's no one to watch Farmer Want's wife with. 2. No one to potentially cuddle with. 3. You can't borrow things from roommates. It's pretty nice. I don't have to clean very often, since I try not to make messes in the first place. Back when I had roommates I had to clean constantly, so I much prefer living alone. I think I have a unique perspective on this topic. I'll try to be brief. I'm 46, have 3 grown children, and a granddaughter. I married my high school sweetheart at 18. She was pregnant with our oldest. I moved in with her at 17 years straight out of my mother's very narcissistic and controlling home. Fast forward almost 30 years. My divorce was final last June. I've been on my own since last January. First time in my life living alone. At 46, I'm all over the place. Emotionally, it's incredibly liberating to make every decision, only having to consider myself. It's also very stressful and difficult. It's lonely as hell for someone like me, but it's also incredibly introspective. I've learned so much about myself, my mental illnesses, my behaviors and their root causes, things I'm having trouble with after just over a year, motivation to do just about anything but sit, smoke, eat and drink. Hygiene is bare minimum, as is cleaning and caring for my living space. It's maddening. I've yet to make this place feel like home, so much as just feel like a safe space, but it's coming. I can feel it. Time will heal me. When I left and divorced her, she took my house, my friends, my stuff, my money. My credit tanked within a couple months, and I'm back to barely getting to the next paycheck. The good part of this is testing my own character and skills by enduring this hardship. I'm not a strong man, by any means, according to today's standards, but I'm getting better, stronger, more resolved. The shortest path is not always the easiest. I don't understand how it's legal to lose so much in a divorce. I signed it all away as I walked away. I had to get out. I was not mentally sound, and was actively detoxing from a years-long anxiety treatment of daily Xanax. I did it. She demanded half my retirement savings, and I obliged. Well, given it all, if it meant I knew she'd be okay. I believe I walked away from my soulmate, but don't regret it. It depends a lot on your age. The older you get, the more it sets in that this might be a lifelong arrangement. Very true. I'm 58 and just lost my wife of 35 years 3 years ago. This is a new normal. Taking some getting used to has its ups and downs. I find myself being a lot lazier being alone. I don't clean as often because it's just me. Personally, clutter, laundry, and dishes out doesn't bother me, but it compounds to the point where it does bother me, but it's a mountain at that point. Not efficient. My roommates throughout college worked out and this helped get me to work out. When that went away, I stopped. I always had positive roommates with good direction and motivation in their life. By myself I tend to become content easily. I'd make it a competition in my own head to strive for their standards, and this helped me develop a lot of good habits. They motivated me to do laundry, cook, clean, etc. Yeah, it's nice not having to address someone every time you walk through the door, but it's very easy to become detached. I was definitely over living with roommates in college, but I miss it now. I always had multiple roommates, so just one would have been a good balance. Having a good roommate is better than living alone. A bad one is another story. Living alone by choice at my age is fine. And when I bore myself, there is always Reddit. Spot on. Thank you for watching. We hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe for more videos.